I think everyone wants to retire. I don't think there's a question in that. We all want to create some sort of income on the side, whether it's through stocks or real estate, in order for at one point we have some sort of residual income coming back to us. And I want to show you right now an example of how real estate's killing it for people because of the higher returns that you're getting by owning property. Now there's two things that we're going to look at here. One is cash flow and two is appreciation. So let's do that really quick. All right, let's pretend right now that we're going to buy a townhome for $300,000. And this townhome, though, one thing, the power of real estate comes in the ability that you can leverage. So when you buy a $300,000 townhome, you technically don't have to come up with $300,000. You have to come up with what we call is a down payment because you're going to mortgage the rest. Now, I have helped people where they come in with 3.5%, and then there's more like investors where you come in with, let's say, a 20%. Now, in this case, that I mean, imagining being able to own a house, 3.5%. That's like I'm just doing quick numbers, about $10,000. Where here, 20% is $60,000. So you can own a house for not having to buy the whole amount. Where last time I checked with stocks is you literally had to buy $300,000 in stocks to buy $300,000 in stocks. There's no leverage on that. So what we find is with real estate, because of the leverage, let's talk. Let's use this one as our rental example. In our rental, we have a loan, and our loan is $240,000. Okay, and that comes, like I said, in the form of a loan, and we have what we call our renter who lives there and pays you money to live there. And typically that rent is going to cover, or the rent money is going to cover the cost of our loan plus the cost of our expenses and taxes, okay? And over time, that rent goes up. This is called your cash flow, okay? And over time, your rent's going to increase. So typically, rents are going to be doubling every 15 years. So if we had, let's say, started by paying $1,500 a month, you bring this out 15 years and you could be getting $3,000 a month. So by holding a rental property over time, you're really going to be making more and more money on this. And let's say your retirement date was 30 years. So in 30 years, that $3,000 is now, it doubles again, could be $6,000 a month in rental income. Okay, but we've had something else going on at the same time. So our rent's going up, we've established that. But there's something, the value of the house was $300,000. Over the last 8 years, we've had 7 to 10% appreciation in the state of Utah for, again, 8 years. It's been crazy. So let's say we slow down a little bit to what we call the average. The average appreciation in our state's been 4 to 5% a year. If we maintain a 5% average, which we probably will with everything that's going on in the state, 5% average, which means we'll double in price in 15 years. So our $300,000 then goes to $600,000, which will go to $1.2 million in 30 years. That's where it gets really crazy, is to think of the appreciation over time. Now, when you think of your return in 1 year, let's say year one, if this appreciated 5%, 5% of 300,000 is, it went up in value $15,000 in 1 year. That's over $1,000 a month. Now, your investment, let's say, was $60,000. So you divide those two, and that's going to give you a return of 25% for that first year. And pretty much every year, and it will accelerate more because your down payment doesn't change, but as prices keep doubling, that appreciation will accelerate. And imagine having bought a property that someone else pays for, that you're gaining appreciation on, and that you get a cash flow. And one more thing, after 30 years, your loan goes to zero. You don't have to pay it anymore. And what we find for owners, if you've only invested $10,000, right? $10,000 right here, but you made $15,000 on your appreciation. So you're gonna rent anyways, or you're gonna pay basically a mortgage anyways. So your first year, say it's equivalent to your rent, that kind of crosses it out. But just by owning this, you made $15,000 when you've really only invested 10. That's 150% return on investment, ROI. And that's huge. And what happens, this number gets so huge that what they do is then we help people move out of this house, make this the rental, and then you, like normal, like if you start in a townhome, you start there, you put minimal down payment, and then over time you've made more money, and maybe you have a family or you have friends living with you, you just need a bigger house. So you go to the next house, and that one you can get advantage in financing on as well. And now you have this as a cash flow property. And now you're gonna have two properties over time that are gonna keep appreciating. Okay, so this is why I want you to give us a call. Check us out, because this is how you build wealth, and you need to get started. The market's still gonna go up, and we don't want you to miss out on these kind of returns, because they're gonna happen with or without you, whether you participate or not. So what we'll do is, my realtors are investment specialists. So whether you're a first-time buyer or you're an experienced investor, we find the best properties for where you are in creating your real estate portfolio. So give us a call, reach out, come to one of our seminars so that we can help you become wealthy through real estate. Thanks.